Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome on back to the AnKorage, and this is Tux Quest. Hey, welcome on back, and I'm going to be taking a little bit of a tangent on my normal release and stuff like that. I want to just do a quick little thing regarding Linux Mint Debian Edition 6. They have currently come out with Debian Edition 6, the beta, for release later this month. We've only got about 10 more days because it's the 20th right now as of this recording, and it's going to be coming out soon, so I figured I'd touch on that a little bit. So why don't we jump into that? Alrighty, so we have Linux Mint Debian Edition 6 that it is currently in beta, and it's going to be released sometime in the next 10 days. So today is currently September 20th, and I just had the thought hit me about, talk with my hands a lot. So let's not do that this video. Okay, so Linux Mint Debian Edition 6 is currently in beta, and it is currently in beta for the time being. Today is September 20th. It is scheduled to be released like officially maybe later in the next 10 days or early October, one or the other, if and or both. But we can expect that to come out, and so what I've done is I have installed it into a virtual machine. And so I'm not going to be showing you the installation steps or anything like that. We're just going to go straight in to the welcome screen, and I do have to modify one thing out of it. There we go. Okay, so we are going to be shooting over to that, and why don't we just go ahead and get into it, and I'll show you around a little bit. So here we have Linux Mint Debian Edition 6. This is the welcome screen that you first see when you actually boot into it. Like I said before, I don't have the installation steps to show you. This is just kind of like a quick peek around, just kind of like to see how it looks, see how it acts, stuff like that. This is a virtual machine that's in a Windows box. So, I'm a chaotic little hamster, so diggity-da-do-do-do. Like the hamster dance. So look that up if you're curious about what that is. So here we have the welcome screen. Gives you a little message about that, and you can click let's go. And something you'll notice on it as well is that you'll see this blue. By default, your accent color is blue, and it's in a light scheme. So first steps, we'll go to let's go, and it goes down to first steps, and you can pick desktop colors, your system snapshots, a kind of backup, multimedia codecs, the update manager. I've already run the update manager, so I can't show you that, and you can see your system is up to date down there. That's in the accent color. Before Debian Edition 6, it used to be gray, and now it's blue. So but you get the update manager. Like I said, I already did the updates. But whenever you happen to have no updates, you'll see a little red dot on there. System settings, you can look at those. You can change different things regarding software. So there we go. So let's go up to colors. I'm going to launch that. And here we have themes. So basically you got your style. You got your Mint Y, your Mint X, your Mint L, your high contrast, and your add wider, or add wider, however you want to pronounce it. However you pronounce it is the correct pronunciation. Don't forget that. So that goes right along with Ubuntu. I say Ubuntu because that's how it was introduced to me, and it stuck, and it sounds cool, and yeah. So there we go. Anyways, So your appearance, you can have a mix of both dark and light. You can go just straight dark, or you can go just straight light. I'm going to leave it as is right now. So then you got your color. This is where accent color comes into play. Right now it's blue. So you can see that right up there. So if I click on, oh, let's see. I'm going to go right to the green. And you can see now it's green. And, you know, that's telling me, you know, it's just like, you know, Linux Mint, green. Okay, should be green. Okay, Ragnar AnKorage, my home. The color of it is green. The AnKorage, the channel name, that is green. So therefore, it's green. And then of course you got like this little split up down here. You know, you got one color that's a color, and then this other color that's gray. I'm not too knowledgeable on that, exactly how that works, so I'm not going to touch it. And then you get your advanced settings, where you can get a little more drill down specific on different things such as pointers, applications, icons, desktop. You know, so basically applications, what you see right here is basically buttons, and then of course, you know, these little icon-y things, which is like what you see right up here, that kind of thing, which is basically telling me the title bar. So there we go. So then of course you can add and remove themes right in here, and you know, if it comes up blank, which it should on the first time, but it'll download pictures for the thumbnails and update, and you can refresh that, and you can actually go out and get more should you want to. Excuse me. And then you got your more drilled down settings regarding miscellaneous options such as dark mode. You know, let applications decide. You know, you can prefer the dark mode, prefer the light mode. Me, I'm a dark mode person, so I might just change it to that when the main install comes out. But when that main install comes out, am I going to jump right into it on my LMDE machine, Solaria? No. I'm actually going to be doing an update to my testing instance, which is out here on VirtualBox. So in my testing environment. So there we go. You can scroll bar behavior, jump to position, overlay scroll bars, blah, 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 if you want, and do all that, and all that happy joy. Well, no, don't need that, so I'm going to close that out. I've got the green, and if I click on the window down here to launch up my file manager, there it is. And these look so much better now. So much better. I may tweak with that a little bit with the different icon styles or whatever, but for right now, this looks great. I like it. I like it a lot. So you can close that out. And you know, they updated many different things from the theming standpoint goes. The icons, if I go down to the menu here, you know, they've changed them. So like there's that. You know, this is still Mint Y, but you know, if I was to fire that up and switch this over to Mint X, let's say, and now I go into that, you can see I've got, you know, changes. You know, prettier icons. That's kind of nice. Okay, let's go to Mint L. Mint L, I think, is new. So, yeah. So, Mint L, probably meaning light in some respect or whatever, but let's stay with the Mint X. What the heck? Let's see what this looks like. Ooh, that's pretty. I like the gradients. That looks really nice. But in general, I'm generally a Mint Y kind of person, so, you know, things are a little more, I don't want to say abstract, but they're a little more, you know, no gradients. You know, you got your solid colors. I like solid colors. I like that a lot. So I'll just stay on that. What the hey? And we have all of that. So I'll close out of that. And then you got your system snapshots. It's kind of a backup. It's not a true backup, but it's a kind of backup. Me, I prefer to do disk images using DD on the terminal command line, but you know, that's me. But anyhow, multimedia codecs, if you wish to add more, update manager, so on and so forth. Documentation, you know, there's documentation that consists of guides, available PDF, EPUB, and HTML. You can launch that. You can look at the release notes. You can go to help. You know, you can go to the web forums. You can go to the IRC chat room. Watch out, these folks are British. They could be British. Not a bad thing, but you know, just be aware. And then you can also contribute. There's different ways to contribute. So they put a nice little box there for that. And I like how this highlight is actually darker than this highlight. I like that. That's kind of cool. And then you close that out. And of course, you know, here it is. And this is the same background that we typically have out there. So why don't I change this. So if I go to the menu and I type in back for backgrounds, click on that, and you know, I'm the green, so I'm gonna switch that to the green because it's my channel color. That's my home color. So, and that should be Linux Mint's color, not that black crap. Excuse me. Down in the system tray, you know, we've got this here. You know, this is system reports. You know, some reports require your attention. Yeah, okay. Well, this is just a demonstration instance, so there we go. System's up to date. I already ran those. This is letting me know I'm connected to the network. This is regarding sound, so this is volume. And then you got your clock, and of course this can be configured like anything else. You know, I could do that if I wanted. And Wednesday, September 20th, 6:35 at night. I use military time, so sorry. So there we go. And there, you know, and then we go to the menu, and you know, it looks like that. And you know, all of these, there are updates to it. I should probably switch it over for the sake of demonstration. So we'll go back to first steps. We'll go back to here, and we'll throw in Mintex. What the hey? We'll do that. You know, it's grays. There's grays in here, so that's good. And we go to that, and then you see those color changes, you know. So these are nice icons. These are very, very nice icons. They're drawn very nicely. And there we go. You know, let's say if we go to Office, you know, it comes out here with, you know, you got your library. You got LibreOffice that comes out of the box. Basically, it comes with it when you install it. So this is basically your free and open source version of Word or Microsoft's Office. This is the FOSS version of it. So there we go, which I find it to be a lot better. So and it can read not values, but formats of many different formats, and it works fantastic. And I was just talking with a relative yesterday, and she was like, I don't like it because it's not Word. And I'm like, that's your problem. You're so linked up with Word. You know, it's like, yeah, the free and open source side of it is, you know, functionally better and everything of that sort. And it's just a matter of just changing very minutely from one way of doing it to another. But the thing is that change is very minuscule. It can be done. All right, graphics. We've got, you know, for actually, we'll go with accessories. We have an archive manager, calculator, character map. We've got all of these out here. We've got a file viewer, image viewer, notes. You can, you know, the notepad is very nice. You know, these are essentially like post-it notes. They're fantastic. And you can stick these out on your desktop. Look at that. And then if I want to get rid of it, I can just do that. So there we go. And other accessories, we got all of that. We got onboard. I haven't played with that. Passwords and keys. That's good. Redshift. If you use your computer at night and you know you don't want to have the light from your monitor affecting your sleep all that much, you can use Redshift, which basically call it, you know, it changes, puts a little bit of a red hue or tinge. I don't know which is correct, but you know, hue, tinge, whatever. You get this little effect of red in the image. You know, it doesn't blind you with that color or anything like that. It just changes it subtly in the background behind things so that you know, it doesn't affect your eyesight all that bad. Screenshot. You can take screenshots. You know, I don't believe that was available before. Now you got it. You got a text editor, which is similar to Notepad. You know, that's really great and everything. And let's see if I come over here and scroll back down. We've got a USB image writer. You can write images of different things to USB sticks. You can also format USB sticks. You've got a virtual keyboard which pops up on the screen. Isn't that great? And you can type on it. Should you wish to. If only I can get rid of that piece of it. Where are we? If I go back here and I go scroll down to a virtual keyboard. Okay, now it's gone. Alright. So graphics, you get a document scanner. Now that's been there for years. You've got a basic drawing, and you've got a Pix thing, which is a picture type program. Internet, it comes with Firefox by default. Comes with hex chat so that you could get to the that's IRC, which means Internet Relay Chat. You have for chat rooms. Thunderbird comes with it automatically. Transmission comes with it automatically. That is, if I'm not mistaken, that is a what do they call it? Torrent. It's a torrent downloader or something like that, I believe. And then web apps. With Peppermint, there's the ICE application, so that you can make desktop applications out of websites. This is the same kind of thing that Linux Mint decided to do. You got Office, so you have all of these. Sound and video, you got celluloid for your video, you got Hypnotics, and you got multimedia codecs you can install, and Rhythmbox. Rhythmbox is good, that's for MP3s and podcasts and things of that sort. Administration, preferences, places, recent files. So there we go. If this lower button here is to go to the software manager, and loading that up, it's now caching everything. So it's basically reaching out to the Linux Mint repositories or to their systems to populate, the application store. Basically the software manager. So it's generating the cache, but of course it's through a VM, so it's a little slower. And, well, and there it is. And it looks very much the same as it always did. It looks like there might actually be something a little longer as far as the length of this goes. And it works just fine. They got the featured stuff like this. This is all the same stuff that everybody uses, like Zoom. I prefer Jitsi, but whatever. Signal desktop, yeah, Signal is fantastic, but it requires a phone number. My preference is a fork of Signal called Session. GIMP, which is the GNU image manipulation program. So that's what the long name is for GIMP. GNU image manipulation program. GIMP. GIMP. Very simple, very easy. So there we are. Sublime, kind of nice. Discord, I use WebCord, but whatever. Cheese, tool to take pictures and video. But you got your different categories down here. You can go out and if you don't want to use software that's from the official repositories, you can use Flatpak, which is a style of sandboxing, and you can just pick stuff that's strictly Flatpak. You won't see anything regarding Snap in here because Linux Mint disables that, but they do leave the ability for you to turn it on. Don't ask me how to do that because I don't like snaps. If you want to see anything regarding snaps and you want to see someone else's fantastic take on that, I suggest you see videos regarding Snap from Switch to Linux. And there we go. That's as far as I can take you on that one. But, you can find all kinds of software out here. So there we go. And that is a software center. And if we come over here, we go to this. This is your system settings. Appearance, preferences, and different things. This is much like the control panel in Windows. But it's better because it's Linux. But anyhow. And then of course you have a terminal. The dreaded terminal. Oh my goodness. Oh. So, I just said list everything. LS list, it's Linux, which is an offshoot of Unix. So it's it's ls list, Linux-A, list everything. That's listing everything, including everything that's hidden. List everything regardless, but just straight up ls. If I want to get rid of everything, I punch in clear, and there's clear and everything like that. This is my prompt. I've got a video about how you can change this prompt to whatever you want. So you can also do, what is it called? I can't think of it at the moment. But oh yeah, I got it. Fetch. It's just a way to say, hey, look what I can do. and it just shows different things about your system. You know, it shows you a neat little ASCII logo here for your OS, and then over here it shows you all these different items. So that's cool. But the dreaded terminal, it is not dreaded. Believe me, it is not dreaded. This is similar to the command prompt in Windows. It doesn't operate like the Windows one. You can't do CD or dir or anything like that, you know, because that's Windows, this is Linux. It's just a shift in methodology it's easy to use. So I don't use it a lot, but I am capable of using it. Oh, there we go. You know, and the performance in here is fantastic. Everything pops right up, you know, and it looks excellent. I like how this is going on. If I fire up Firefox here, bang, there it is, you know, and because I'm in here, I could go to here, and I could go to settings, and I can go to privacy, security, and I can come down here. Where are we at? Data collection and use? No. And no. No thanks. You may not have anything. So there you go. I can also shut off telemetry, but you know, I'm not going to do that in this video because this isn't about that. Just kind of show you around. And, you know, everything is nice and snappy, you know, and plus I've got the hardware to kind of help that. I mean, the video card on this thing is an RTX 3070. So, it's awesome. I play with one game on it on the Windows side of things, but this is VirtualBox. So this is where I'm being that chaotic little hamster. So we've got all of this, and it's looking really good. And you know, if I wanted to change that background, that's very easy. You can change to that. I could actually change it to this if I wanted. There we go. And if you had it in other places, there's other background areas. Change that. Here's all the backgrounds from Vanessa. Here's all the backgrounds from Vera. Here's everything from Victoria. Those are the 3 previous releases of Linux Mint. And, you know, if I wanted to pick my own, I could go to Pictures. If I had anything inside of the Pictures folder, I could go there and I could pick that. And if I wanted to add a location, I can just hit plus and I can pick a spot. Let's say if I said Downloads, I could go there. And I'll open that and see Downloads is there. So if I download a picture and I want to leave it in Downloads, I can just add Downloads here, pick it like that, select it from here, and there we go. And then of course you got the settings for that. Play backgrounds as a slideshow. Well, why don't I show you how that runs? So let's go to Victoria, the latest one. So I'll go over there and go like this. I'll kick that off. Every 15 seconds. Let's drop this to every 5. It's not changing, but you know, you're supposed to be able to change. But the images in random order, so instead of you know, going one to the next one to the next one, it'll play them in a random order. You know, it'll shuffle them. That's cool. Background color, solid color, black. Solid color, green. There we go. We'll just leave it like that. Play around with it. There we go. So that's pretty. I'll leave that for the rest of this. This virtual machine is probably going to be killed so that I can save the space for the sake of testing the actual release, which will actually be done in my testing environment of Debian Edition. Or for a different machine, for trying out a different OS. Who knows? Maybe I might try Atari OS, which is actually built into my Atari VCS, but I can get a copy of the Atari OS, and which is a Linux distro for the Atari VCS, and I could actually run it in here, and I just haven't had the motivation to do so, and it's been out for 2.5 years now. Excuse me, I'm taking a sip. Thank you. Sorry. So, this is Debian Edition 6 Beta, and it's running very, very well. There are many different things that are a lot of everything in the update is in is behind the scenes, but we don't necessarily need to see all of that. So, that is how everything is done. So I said I wasn't going to use my hands, but I just used them. Sorry. So, yeah, just stick them in my shirt. There we go. So, that is my show of Linux Mint Debian Edition 6, and I'm going to be updating Celeria from 5 to 6, but I have to test it out on here, and the camera's going wonky. Come on. Alright, it's behaving now. Alright, so, yeah, I don't like how the light does that. It's nighttime anyways, but it's just about this time tomorrow night I'll be coming on for a Jitsi hangout with the STL guys. We're not doing a stream just because it's in an off spot where connection isn't overly great, but it's good enough for a hangout, just not streaming. So we're gonna hang out and whatever, and there we go. So there we go. I'm wasting time now. And so that's this edition of Tusk Quest. Hope you liked it. And yeah, this is released on an off day, but I was motivated by someone on the STL Matrix chat. So I'm like, yeah, why don't I go ahead and do it? What the hey? I downloaded it. That gives me an opportunity to play with it. So I just played with it. That was me actually playing with it and trying it out. It runs great. And from on the skim of the surface view of it, it looks great. For folks that want to get deeper into it, I leave that to you. You go ahead, you dig into it, stuff like that. I'm just your typical end user, and I don't need to go very far to be convinced on whether or not it's going to work for me or not. It works great. I will be more than happy to update Celeria from 5 to 6, and I just need to wait for that to happen. Will I do it as soon as the release comes out? No. I'll do it during my monthly maintenance for October, which is not at the beginning of October. Thank you. Sorry about that. I did it right into the mic. Oh yeah, and I adjusted my mic, so now it's right here, and it's out this way, and instead of being poking from the side of the screen here, it's actually in front of me now. So there we go. I adjusted that. Moved the cord a little bit, a little cable management, so it's a little better, and it works a lot better. So thank you very much, and make sure you come back. I'm releasing this on a Thursday, so make sure you come back tomorrow for Friday's main video, and we'll go from there. So thank you very much. Skál.